In a bid to have access to justice for all, the Association of Women Lawyers have launched project implementation to empower children, women and vulnerable men who have been sidelined in Nebbi district. During an exclusive interview with the consulate Awekunimongo, legal officer FIDA Uganda Nebbi branch said the project will equally equip both men and women who do not have access to justice. Awekunimongo further revealed that vulnerable men and women who have been suffering silently from accessing justice can now benefit from the 3-year project in Nebbi district.
Nebbi district, we are implementing a project on access to justice for women, children, and vulnerable men. And so far for my period working in Nebbi, we have received multiple cases of gender-based violence, as well as cases of maintenance, meaning there are very many parents who are not taking up their responsibilities. There are very many children who are struggling and women who are struggling to make ends meet.
She added that her office is overwhelmed with cases of child neglect by some parents, land-related matters, where many heads of families are agreeing about writing wills to protect their properties in case death occurs.
Yes, land matters, most especially where you find the head of the family, let me say the husband or else the man who heads the family, dies without any kind of will or any way in which his property is supposed to be distributed. As such, there are too many land cases, most especially affecting widows.
In the meantime, Mr. Stephen Mudra Edema, Deputy Chief Administrative Officer, Pakwach District, urged government to empower local council chairpersons and other stakeholders to make vulnerable persons have access to justice.
LC, village council courts, parish council courts, even sub-county council courts are there to ensure that people are able to access justice at the nearest point possible. So I think one of the ways to give access to justice for persons with disabilities, children, women, the elderly is to use the LC system. And of course, you know that the judiciary has now come with a very interesting policy where we now have a magistrate's court at every district level. That is what has come as a new innovation by our Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. They have now created a magistrate's court at every district. And we believe that this will make justice accessible to all the people who need the services, the judicial services.
Reports from Nebbi Central Police Station indicate that 145 cases of gender-based violence, 35 cases of child neglect, 136 land cases have been registered for the last 2 years, and some of the perpetrators have been convicted on their own plea of guilty. In Uganda, access to justice requires protracted efforts from both police and stakeholders to fight against the vice. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.